You are watching CycleCruza's all-in-one motorcycle channel. Subscribe today.
You know, many of you guys ask me, should you skip the 600 and get a liter bike? And this is for those of you that have started on smaller bikes and you're ready to move up to that big boy bike. Well, let me tell you this, guys. It depends really, I'd say, on how much money you have. You know, if money is not a problem for you and you can afford the added insurance that comes along with these liter bikes, you know, and the extra money for the initial cost, you know, by all means, skip the 600 and get a liter bike. But I'll tell you guys that, you know, if you go to the 600, you'll appreciate the liter bike even more. You know, if you go from the 600 to the liter bike. Because I'll tell you guys, you know, I love my 600 and I love this liter bike, you know, both for kind of different reasons. You know, both of them are quick, but what I love about my 600 is I can get higher up in the RPMs and hear a scream and still have a blast with that bike, you know. As well, on this bike, if you get high up in the RPMs, you're high up in the triple digits, man. You know, it puts you in the felony zone. Get your bike. You don't want to get pulled, you know, end up on CNN on a chase on the news and shit with helicopters chasing you. You know what I'm saying? Or get pulled over by the cops and they impound your bike for doing excessive speeds out here on the street. And they can, man. If you get caught doing 150 out here on the streets, guys, you're probably almost better off hauling ass and trying to get away. No, I won't say that, man. But I'll tell you guys that you're going to be in some deep doo-doo if you get busted at 150 miles per hour, man. It's no joke. A lot of guys will tell you, you know, they'll throw your ass in jail, impound your bike, slap serious fees on you. Your license can get taken away. You know, there's some guy, I think that there's a well-known MotoVlogger that got his license taken away. He got busted by the cops. And as far as doing wheelies out here on the street too, you know, a lot of states are cracking down on wheelies, that they're, you know, they can impound your bike and give you heavy fines and shit. Just throw the book at you. So it's really just best to be tame on the streets. And I tell you, a 600 is more than you'll ever need out here on the streets, guys. Seriously. What makes the liter bike great, or at least this bike, this 2012 CBR 1000 RR, is that it has a lot of torque. It has a good amount of power and torque down low over the CBR 600 RR. And it is a noticeable difference. You know, even, you know, just taking this bike from like 0 to 80, you can feel that extra oomph, that extra power, that extra pull from the torque. As where the 600, you got to throw it up a little higher in the RPMs. And but which is great too, though, because it's awesome to hear a scream. Fuck! You know, it sounds like it's going faster than it really is on the 600s. That's what I love about them, because it feels like you're doing, you know, you're going balls fast on it, but you look at the speedometer, you're like, oh shit, I'm only doing like 90. You know, on a liter bike is the opposite. You know, you think you're going slow and you look down, you're like at 140, 130 or something, you know? And which is not a good thing out here on public streets. So either way, you get busted. I'd rather get busted for doing 90 on the 600 than to get busted for doing like 130, you know, on the super bike. I tell you that. But I don't know, guys. I really didn't need to get this liter bike. I'll be honest with you guys. I really didn't. I would be still having a great time on my 600, and I still have a great time on my CBR 600RR. But I just wanted to do it to complete the CBR trilogy. You know, going from the CBR 250R, CBR 600RR, and the CBR, now the CBR 1000RR. It's nice to be able to have the experience to speak from all three power classes. You know, although I'm definitely not worthy of this bike on the track. You know, definitely on the track I'd be at a 250 and a 600. You know, probably, you know, 99% of you will not get the full potential out of a liter bike, you know, even on the track. So really it's kind of unnecessary, but it is nice out here on the streets, the extra power and torque, although it you know, it will, like this bike likes to wheelie, and which is not a good thing, because if you get busted wheeling, you know, in some states it can set you up for a real fucked up day, you know, with the cops. Fines, take your bike, all kinds of shit, take your license away. It's not worth it. It's definitely not worth it. But so, you know, I say it's hard for me to tell you to skip the 600, man, because it's the liter bike. Really, in all honesty, it really just, it's not necessary. It really isn't. Now I know some of you guys, you know, feel like it gives you, makes you feel like you're the shit out here on the streets to ride around on a liter bike. Make you feel like a tough guy.
The deal with my bike is it gets me in a lot of trouble. This is one of the faster bikes around, well over 200 miles an hour, which I regularly do. If there's any policemen watching or judging.
You know, for those of you guys that are worried about the way people think about you, when in actuality people don't give a fuck about you. They could give a shit about what you're riding on, or at least most of the public that don't like motorcycles, they don't give a shit. And people that have motorcycles can give a shit what you're riding, man. Everybody has a bike that they want and that they enjoy, you know, and that all that matters is you and your bike and your riding experience. Nothing else matters. And you will have a great time on a 600. They can be had for cheaper than liter bikes. Insurance is cheaper on them, you know. So I'm not going to say skip the 600. I'm going to say get the 600. Skip the liter bike. But if you're like me and you're just curious on what it's like to ride a liter bike and to own a liter bike, then by all means get the liter bike. But then if you skip the 600 and go to the liter bike, you can't draw on any 600 experience, you know. So it's nice to be able to speak from experience on all the different power classes. And but it's up to you. You know, I'm just giving my opinion here. You know, don't get all butthurt or get all sensitive. Just get whatever motorcycle that you want. That's all that matters, you know, because really none of us could give a shit what you're riding. But I tell you guys, I truly love my 600RR, and that's why I didn't sell it. I really love that bike. And I love this bike. One thing I really love about this bike is that it's brand, you know, that it's new. So I don't have to do, you know, the extra maintenance on it for a while. And it's my bike from the very beginning. You know, I didn't nobody else rode this bike. I'm the only one exclusive to this bike, and that's what I love about getting a new motorcycle. But if you're a new motorcycle rider, you're a beginner, don't buy new. Whatever you do, don't buy new. Buy a clean used bike, and because you're probably gonna dropping it, you know, you're gonna go through some growing pains. You know, I was very fortunate that I have not crashed a motorcycle. Only that Chinese scooter, primarily because I had shitty tires on it and it was in the rain and I was going just a little bit too fast around the corner on the Chinese scooter. But hey guys, so get that 600, man. The 600 is fun. It'll give you that experience, and you may not want to go to a liter bike, really. It's more power than you'll ever need. But hey guys, that's all I have for ya. So until next time,
I'll catch you guys later. Deuces!
Welcome to CycleCruza's Click to Go links. Just click on the pictures below to go to my recommended videos and my social media sites. Also, don't forget to visit my blog and store at CycleCruza.com. If you have any trouble clicking on these links, they are also provided in the info section of this video. Thank you and subscribe today. Guys, check out my new channel where I talk about anything and everything, not just motorcycle related. CycleCruza MotoVlog.